How
Okay.
big it was?
This is Siete Cuarenta as we coin it, which is 1740. So that's the year-long celebration. And what we want to encapsulate here is not just for the citizens alone, but also to highlight the history of Gaddang, our local tribe, the history of Tabacalera, which made not just the city of Kawayan popular, but also the entire province, Isabela, because of our tobacco, which was Cuban quality. And definitely a lot of our youth, don't even know about it. And aside from that, we also want to give importance, of course, to our patron, or Our Lady of the Pillar Church, which we just celebrated the Thanksgiving Mass this morning. So those are the things that we really want to tell the people, to remind the people of the very rich history and culture of our city.
What were the lengths that you had to go through? For example, like, if I'm not mistaken, the production team came from all the way from Manila pa?
Yeah. There was really a lot of effort and cooperation that happened during this whole entire year. It's definitely a vision that was realized through the help of all the pillars of society, the government, the business sector, and certainly the civil society, which really took part in really playing up the festivity and really putting life into what we want to achieve. And yes, it did cost a lot of money also. But again, that production, or what we did throughout the year, is really something that can be passed on not just to our children, but to the future generation. So I think, regardless of the resources that we pulled in, what's more important is how all the citizens of our city really played a major role in really celebrating the 1740 founding anniversary.
Is there anything else that you want to say that we missed not asking you, or one final message?
Well, as of now, I'm just overwhelmed because with turn of events, this whole year, we are now on the 10th and final culmination of the 1740, and I couldn't ask for more. I couldn't ask for more cooperation from our people, from the city employees, city government officials, from the clergy, from the business sector, from the NGOs, from the students, from the academe. Everybody, I really I'm still floored, I'm still in awe how everybody really merged and collaborated to make this all possible. And but again, I always say that whatever we did or whatever we are doing, is just really to pass on to our kids and the future generations of Kawayan.
One last question. What will happen regarding the sisterhood of Santiago City, the Rusvica,
Tabi.
yes,
Rustavi.
Rustavi of Georgia, and the city of Kawayan?
Okay, that's the sisterhood, the tripartite sisterhood of Santiago City and Rustavi City is also a highlight of this year because we're very fortunate that we have city officials coming in from Rustavi, the country of Georgia, which is thousands of miles away, to show their support, to show their commitment of us being sister cities. Basically, it is an exchange of ideas, exchange of best practices. They were here to not just see our culture, they were not just here to see the sights and sounds of what we have to offer, but they also observe what we are doing. For example, our Rescue 92, which is a national awardee, which topped the whole Rescue 922 rescue in the entire country. They're very curious to see and know how it works. So definitely there's an exchange of programs and plans for their city as well, because they don't have such as any disaster risk reduction management as what we have here in the country. And those are the small things. Maybe when we go there, we'll also see the things that can be applicable to our city, and there will be an exchange of views again. Again, having sister cities is is not. It's really more important now, I think, than any time because of the ASEAN integration.
Natin ang pagmamahal, naglumago pa itong buhay. Pag-ibig at iipon na, itagin sa malusog na lupa. Hanggang ang ulan ng araw, upang pag-ibig ay lumakina.
Kalalusyan po palang tawag doon sa kawayan.
Oo, 30,000 taon nang nakakalipas ng mga katutubong ita o yung negrito ang unang nanirahan dito. At 5,000 years ago na nang dumating naman ang Indones at Malay.
Kaya po pala ganito ang kulay natin. Akala ko pa naman po dahil sa paglalaro ko sa init kaya po kung umiitim. Talaga po palang may itim tayo.
Oo, hindi tayo maitim. Ang tawag dyan kayumangging kaligatan.
At sabi po dito sa aklat, sa Cordillera naman daw po nagmula ang katutubong Ibanang, Yugan, Kalinga, at Gatang na nagpasimula ng isang sibilisasyon dito sa kabatagan ng Cagayan. Sila po pala ang ating ninuno.
Uy, korek ka dyan. At pagsasaka ng mais at palay ang naipunla sa atin.
Naku! Sigurado pa po akong wala pa pong kuryente noon, ano po? At sigurado pa po akong gubat na gubat pa po ang kalalusyan doon.
Uy, nakatulong yung walang kuryente. Dumami ang populasyon ng kawayan.
At ikatlong pagkabitsuga. Ngayon naman po ay susunod natin ang pagbibisita ng mga panauhing pag-aaral ng iba't ibang bahagi ng museo. Ang matutunghayan po natin sa araw na ito ay isang light and sound museum. Makikita lamang po ngayon sa loob ng museo ay ang mga diorama at mga larawang magbibigay dating sa atin ng magiging diwa ng Light and Sound Museum. Ang pagbubuo po ng ating museo ay magiging isang public-private partnership program.
Ay naging isang ganap na lungsod. Nilagdaan ang RA 9017 bilang batas.
Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Buenas noches. Salamat sa ating mga attire ngayong gabi. It is surprising to know that today, October 9, is actually the same date of the celebration of the Feast of San Luis Beltran, the patron saint of Barangay San Luis. In line also with the celebration of our patronal fiesta of Nuestra Señora del Pilar. We can infer from here that it is by faith and divine intervention that we are truly blessed to have finally succeeded in our endeavor, the creation and opening of our very own Hacienda de San Luis. Maraming salamat. 2015 marks the 275th founding anniversary of Kawayan City, Isabela. And it is from such celebration that we arrived at creating the very first eco-tourism park in the city, the Hacienda de San Luis. I would like to take this opportunity to extend our sincerest gratitude to San Miguel Corporation for lending the property where Hacienda de San Luis is located. Again, let's all give them a round of applause. Hanggang marinig ni Mr. Ramon ang pagkalakasan pa. And we are lucky to have with us the Assistant Vice President for Finance of San Miguel Foods Inc., Ms. Evangeline Zarate. The Hacienda de San Luis is one of the major accomplishments of the public-private partnership, which has also been one of our innovations in the implementations of governmental projects. Without SMC's cooperation in the PPP, this project could not have been possible. The concept of Hacienda de San Luis rests on the enhancement of the location's tourism potential while preserving its historical grandeur, specifically with respect to being one of the Philippines' major industries of tobacco as far back as the Spanish period. The Compañía General de Tabacos de Filipinas, commonly known as Tabacalera. With its flagship brand, the La Flor de la Isabela, where we now are, we are happy that this event is graced by the presence of the President and General Manager of Tabacalera Incorporada, Mr. Yuan Ongpin himself. Let's give him a round of applause. Hacienda de San Luis will also depict the richness of the city's gandang culture, the miraculous intervention of the Nuestra Señora del Pilar, the wonders of the terrains and waters of the Cagayan River, and more importantly, it will portray what Kawayan was in 1740 and how it evolved as a progressive, technologically advanced, and vibrant city in the course of time until the present. Again, thank you very much because each of you has greatly contributed to the realization of this project. Tonight is truly a celebration of Thanksgiving for a very successful outcome of all the labor, hard work, and cooperation amongst us. Let's all give ourselves a round of applause. Hacienda de San Luis is a manifestation of collaborative government involving the active participation of the government, the private sector, and the civil society towards the achievement of truly becoming the ideal city of the North. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Mayor Bernard Faustino LD of Kawayan City.